Let's talk about character introductions, character descriptions. You really want to nail this. Why? Because this could be one of the first things, if not the first thing, a reader reads in your script. So you don't want to mess it up.
Stay calm. This is simply the beginning.
I'm going to give you some pointers when it comes to writing character descriptions, and then we're going to look at the scripts for some of your favorite movies and see how the characters were introduced.
Oh yeah?
Then at the end of the video, there's going to be an assignment challenge that you can complete in the comments below.
You think you can dissect me with this blunt little tool?
I'm a writer. I use people for what I write.
You write a character introduction when a major character first appears in your screenplay. You're not going to do this for all the characters. You're not going to do this for Man on Sidewalk number 3.
No.
But your major characters are going to get an introduction. When they first appear in your screenplay, you're going to put their name in all caps.
Say my name.
Then we get a little snippet about them. That's usually going to include age. If they're under 20, give us a specific age. Don't just say they're a young girl, because that could be 6 or that could be 13. Specific under 20. Then otherwise you can just give us an age range. You could say 20s, 30s, 40s. Then you're going to give us a brief little something about them. Now here are some things to take note of. Number 1, do not go crazy with the physical descriptions. Don't say that they're blonde with a big nose and a cleft palate and big ears and blue eyes and bushy eyebrows, because that makes it ridiculously hard to cast. Or you're saying your actors have to spend 2 hours every day in makeup becoming this character. Now, if your character is that, you know, if it's the Elephant Man and they look a certain way, or the character has some certain feature and that's part of the story, if you're writing Atomic Blonde and they have to be blonde, sure. Otherwise, keep physical descriptions to a minimum. The second thing to note, do not describe all your female characters as just pretty. Actresses get mad
Very pissed off
when all they are is eye candy.
This will not stand, you know?
Give them a little something else. The third thing, their environment, when you first introduce them, how other people are acting towards them, and the first thing they do sometimes speaks volumes. So you'd be surprised, in so many screenplays, there's not much of a character introduction. They just let the story fill that in for you. The fourth thing, you can let your character introduction reflect the vibe of your screenplay. So if your script is funny, be funny.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
And the last thing, be brief. There is one character introduction here that's really long.
You talking to me?
But that's from a film made a long time ago, and modern audiences probably don't have the attention span for that, so keep it brief and nail it. So now let's look at how some of your favorite characters were introduced in the screenplay.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
As good as it gets. POV Melvin Udall, in the hallway, well past 50, unliked, unloved, unsettling, a huge pain in the ass to everyone he's ever met. La La Land. Inside is Mia, 27, Nevada raised. 6 years of no in LA have toughened her, but she's still a dreamer. She seems to be on the phone, speaking into her car's system. Fast, fiery, full of energy.
Now, when I say that I want these things, I mean that I want them, and I don't want to have to ask again.
Nightcrawler. Lose 30, pure primal id. If there's music, it's in his head. Disconnected, feral, driven by dollar signs and a dream of some imagined Eden.
I gotta go.
Wait, I thought we were gonna go out.
Nah, I don't think so.
Don't hang up on me.
Scream. A ringing telephone. A hand reaches for it, bringing the receiver up to the face of Casey Becker, a young girl no more than 16, a friendly face with innocent eyes.
You're reading a magazine, you come across a full-page nude photo of a girl.
Is this testing whether I'm a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard?
Just answer the questions, please.
Blade Runner. Deckard is standing near the noodle bar waiting for a seat. He's in his 30s, wiry, athletic, rumpled, used, unshaven. Now we see for the first time Rachel, a beautiful woman in her late 20s, dressed with taste and dignity.
Hello?
Hello, Neo.
The Matrix. It is a studio apartment that seems overgrown with technology. Weed-like cables coil everywhere, duct-taped into thickets that wind up and around the legs of several desks. Tabletops are filled with cannibalized equipment that lay open like an autopsied corpse. At the center of this technological rat nest is Neo, a man who knows more about living inside a computer than outside one.
Look, I just drank my weight in Sunny D, and I gotta go pronto.
Juno McGuff stands on a placid street in a nondescript subdivision facing the curb. It's fall. Juno is 16 years old, an artfully bedraggled burnout kid.
You talking to me? You talking to me? Well, then who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me?
Taxi driver. Travis Bickle, age 26, lean, hard, the consummate loner. On the surface, he appears good-looking, even handsome. He has a quiet, steady look and a disarming smile which flashes from nowhere, lighting up his whole face. But behind that smile, around his dark eyes and his gaunt cheeks, one can see the ominous stains caused by a life of private fear, emptiness, and loneliness. He seems to have wandered in from a land where it is always cold, a country where the inhabitants seldom speak. The head moves, the expression changes, but the eyes remain ever fixed, unblinking, piercing empty space.
The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing.
The Social Network. Mark Zuckerberg is a sweet-looking 19-year-old whose lack of any physically intimidating attributes masks a very complicated and dangerous anger. He has trouble making eye contact, and sometimes it's hard to tell if he's talking to you or to himself.
You didn't feel anything for him, you just had sex with him for your book.
In the beginning. Then I got to like what he did for me.
Basic Instinct. Catherine Trammell is 30 years old. She has long blonde hair and a refined, classically beautiful face. She is not knockout gorgeous like Roxy. There is a smoky kind of sensualness about her. Blade. A black man towers above Dennis wearing dark glasses and a leather long coat. A sneer of cruel contempt etched upon a face tempered by a lifetime of horror. His name is Blade.
I volunteer as tribute.
The Hunger Games. As Katniss Everdeen walks past without turning, she's 15, lean and hungry with steel gray eyes and a long dark braid. A fighter robbed of her little girl years long ago.
You are most troublesome for a security guard.
Sorry, Hans, wrong guess.
Would you like to go for double jeopardy where the scores can really change?
Die Hard. The doors to a service elevator open to reveal Hans Gruber, impeccably dressed, lean and handsome. He steps out into the lobby like he owns the building, and in a way, he does.
I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or Duder or, El Duderino.
The Big Lebowski. A 40-ish man in Bermuda shorts and sunglasses at the dairy case. He is the dude. His rumpled look and relaxed manner suggest a man in whom casualness runs deep.
Okay. All right. You think you can do this to me? I'm the man up in this piece.
Training Day. Detective Sergeant Alonzo Harris, in black shirt, black leather jacket, and just enough platinum and diamonds to look like somebody. He reads the paper in a booth. The gun leather tough LAPD vet is a hands-on blue-collar cop who can kick your ass with a look.
And I just had...
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello.
Jerry Maguire. We meet Dorothy Boyd, 26, a harried passenger in this bus in the sky. Her clothes are part contemporary, part mother functional. She is never as composed or in control as she wants to be. Right now she is devoted to the sneezing kid in the wrinkled white shirt sitting next to her. It is Ray, her 5-year-old son. Dorothy is covered in toys and books.
You get it right. We roll. You disappear tonight.
Collateral. Then entering a plane of focus is Vincent. He walks towards us, an arriving passenger. Suit, shirt, no tie, sunglasses and expensive briefcase say confident executive traveler. The suit's custom made but not domestic. His hair and shades are current, but it would be difficult to describe his identifying specifics. Gray suit, white shirt, medium height, and that's the idea.
Oh my God, look at this. Wow, it worked!
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This is Joel Barish. He is in his 30s, sallow, a bit puffy. His hair is a little messy. His suit is either vintage or just old and dirty and sort of threadbare. His bright tie has a photograph of a rodeo printed on it. He glances up, spots a female figure in the distance walking in his direction. She stands out against the gray in a fluorescent orange hooded sweatshirt. This is Clementine. She's in her early 30s, Zaftig.
And the 8th and final rule. If this is your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Fight Club. Tyler has the barrel of a handgun lodged in Jack's mouth. They struggle intensely. They are both around 30. Tyler is blonde, handsome, eyes burning with frightening intensity. And Jack, brunette, is appealing in a dry sort of way.
Hey,
ain't wanting to be fat like that. I do not want my baby to be fat like that because I know a black man in America, you can't be like that.
Monsters Ball. The black woman, Letitia Musgrove, and her son Tyrell get out and start running toward the building. Letitia's African American, close to 40, her beautiful face worn and exhausted, a dignity about her.
I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
Notting Hill. This is Anna Scott, the biggest movie star in the world, here in his shop. The most divine, subtle, beautiful woman on earth. When she speaks, she is very self-assured and self-contained.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Silence of the Lambs. Dr. Hannibal Lecter is lounging in his bunk in white pajamas reading Italian Vogue. He turns, considers her, a face so long out of the sun it seems almost leached except for the glittering eyes and the wet red mouth. He rises smoothly, crossing to stand before her, the gracious host. His voice is cultured, soft.
And now for your assignment challenge.
Dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Und doch habe ich allein auf mich gestellt, ganz Europa erobert. Jeder hat mich belogen, sogar die SS.
Steiner konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren.
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Nicht Feiglinge, Verräter, Versager! So weit ist das also gekommen. Das Militär hat mich belogen. Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl!
Yes, that's right. Describe Hitler in the comments below. Now, I do not have time to critique all these assignments. You might get a little one-word or one-line comment from me that just says I read it, but I don't have time to critique these. But you guys are more than capable of learning from each other, and you guys should start networking. So if you would like some feedback on your assignment from your fellow writers, on the end of your assignment, just say feedback, please. If you don't hear anything from your writers, it was probably fine.
You got it.
I hope this video helped you. If it did, I hope you consider becoming one of my beloved, amazing Patreons that are helping this channel grow. Otherwise, you can help me by giving a thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friends. Otherwise, I will talk to you later.